individuals out here don't got no respect for human life in no kind of way. These young people out here run around in the streets and they commit violence towards everybody, man. And people always say, oh, don't worry about it. Them is just kids and they babies. Them folks babies and kids until they do something to your motherfucking mama and daddy or your motherfucking children, man. It's always different when the shoe is on the other foot. Everybody ride with everybody talking about that's a hitter, he's a killer, he's this, he's that. Man, I ride with them. But what if one of them young motherfuckers put your grandmama in a bag? I caught your grandmama at a gas pump and carjacked her. Would you still be hollering out free Lil Mookie? Would you still be hollering out free L Train? If them folks did something to your family, man? That's what people fail to realize. It's always laughing, giggles, and riding with nothing ass motherfuckers until one of them nothing ass motherfuckers do something to somebody you love. I tell you, man, I'm the type of person that been through so much in life that I can tell a story about the good, the bad, the ugly, and any other type of situation, man. I was a young child once upon a time, and I was in the motherfucking streets, but I wasn't doing no robbing, man. I wasn't doing no stealing. I was hustling and grinding because that's how I was taught how to get money, man. And one day I had an individual rob me and I took that individual's life and I never ever regret doing that, man. But what I felt to realize after years of time and growing up and realizing that that individual had kids, that individual had family members that loved them even though that individual was a piece of shit. But you always got to look at the other side of the situation and say someone lost a family member, man. Someone lost a loved one, someone they cared about real deeply. Someone lost a father that's not going to be here anymore. And people don't understand that, man. I sit back and I watch that individual, Ronnie Henderson. Everybody online talking about his books are so full, they putting $2,000 on his commissary, GoFundMe, 200,000-300,000. I don't understand that, man. This individual didn't do nothing that anyone in the world should be proud of. He should have been a proud father way beyond running over a police after the police did their job. He should have been hard on his son to the point where he taught his son how not to go out there and get his ass put in the bag, man. He should have been hard on his son to the point where he told his son, don't you be out there stealing cars and running from police, man. Don't you be out there in the motherfucking streets committing crimes, being in high-speed chases and jumping out with no motherfucking firearm in your motherfucking hand unless you want the police to put you in a bag, man. Every individual in this world, I was taught as a young black man that there's certain things you do not do in this world, man. You do not resist the police in no kind of way. You do not pull out a firearm on the police unless you want them folks to open fire, man. You do not do them type of things. It's too late for him to be a proud father because he went out there and took another individual away from their father, man. People are not looking at the bigger picture, man. This individual, Ronnie Henderson, is a nut-ass individual that dropped the ball as a parent, man. Dude wasn't hard on his motherfucking son, or his son wouldn't have been 18 years old out there in the streets playing the motherfucking reindeer games, man. He wouldn't have been out there riding around in a stolen motherfucking car. He wouldn't have been riding around with a stolen motherfucking gun. He would have been somewhere trying to go to somebody's motherfucking college and get an education if Ronnie Henderson Jr. would have been doing his job as a motherfucking dad, man. A lot of you folk don't understand that. I don't know the backstory about Ronnie Henderson Jr. and his son, but I tell you this, I look at it like this. You have individuals that don't pop up into their son at draft day. A lot of people want to make everyone think that they was a proud father when they might have been the problem, man. He might have been the reason why his son was the way he is, man. If any motherfucker sit back and thought, where was Ronnie Henderson Jr. why his son was out there committing these crimes, because this 18-year-old, this wasn't his first run-in with the law enforcement, man. This wasn't his first stolen car. This wasn't his first stolen gun. This wasn't his first motherfucking high-speed chase. This wasn't no innocent black man that was just riding around on the college campus and somebody took his life, man. Don't let every motherfucking situation in the world when somebody see a black man and holler out, oh, this is injustice. Everything that somebody do is not injustice. If you out there committing a motherfucking crime and somebody do something to you, then you pretty much deserve that shit, man. And if you put yourself in a situation where you have an individual, which is called law enforcement and criminals, the job of a motherfucking criminal is not to get caught by the police. And the job of the motherfucking police is to catch the criminal. And if the police officer, because every police ain't bad, man. You got black folks like these folks want to holler out, all the police bad. Do you see how the police is in the courtroom surrounding this man? They trying to intimidate him. Them folks ain't trying to intimidate him. Them folks let them know they stand with a fallen brother of theirs, man. Them folks showing solidarity to show what really went on, man. And you can't come on my page. I block cowards, this Beta 332, because if you do your research, you'll realize that this motherfucker wasn't no innocent bystander, man. Dude wasn't standing on the corner and like Trayvon Martin or some individual that was took up off his planet for no reason. Dude was a nutting-ass 18-year-old motherfucker that was out here committing a crime, man. Dude was riding around in a stolen motherfucking car with a stolen motherfucking gun, man. That was stole out of another motherfucking car during a carjacking. So you nutting-ass motherfuckers that want to cheer for nutting-ass black folks, then y'all cheer for them motherfuckers, man. I'm not cheering for motherfuckers that do nothing-ass people to people that ain't done nothing to nobody, man. I'm not cheering with motherfuckers, man. If you's a nothing-ass individual, it's your fault that your child in the motherfucking ground, man. It's your fault that if your 13, 14-year-old child is out in these motherfucking streets and they in a high-speed chase and the police put them nothing-ass motherfuckers in the bag, you dropped the ball. It's your motherfucking fault. It ain't nobody's fault. Shouldn't nobody be marching in the streets or any of that shit, man, because it's the parents' fault. I know it's a lot of parents out there that fight hard to keep their children at the motherfucking streets, man. I know it's a lot of parents that have to work 2, 3 jobs to make sure that they take care of the other good kids in their household when they have one badass child in the household. But when you got these parents that go online and do foolish shit like this individual did, you cannot congratulate that man for that, man. You cannot make him a martyr. You cannot say he did the right thing, because he didn't. Because when it boils down to it, the individual that Ronnie Henson Jr. ran over and killed was a retired deputy. Retired, man. He wasn't an active police. This man was doing motherfucking traffic duty for a college graduation, man. This man was a retired police officer that was an officer for 30-something years, and he wasn't doing nothing to no motherfucking body. He didn't have nothing to do with Ronnie Henson Jr.'s son's death. But Ronnie Henson got in his motherfucking car and ran this man over and took his motherfucking life and took him away from his family. Now you got to think, what about that officer's kids? What about his grandkids? Therefore, how do you explain to your family and your generation that your father that ain't never done nothing to damn motherfucker that might have marched with Dr. Martin Luther King for the rights of black folks was ran over by a black man because his son was out there committing crimes, man? You can't justify what I'm gonna block people. I'm finna just start blocking you, man. Cause you can't justify the actions of an idiot. I gotta block folks because I don't like when people be so ignorant to the point where you want to try to justify the means of a killer, a person that dropped the ball with his nut ass son, and now his son in the ground, and he finna spend the rest of his life in the penitentiary. Who won? Who won? Did no motherfucker win in this situation? If Ronnie Henderson Jr. would have been making sure his son knew the consequences of his motherfucking actions, they wouldn't be burying him. And them folks talking about they filed a lawsuit. You can file a million motherfucking lawsuits because your son didn't have no motherfucking right to be holding a motherfucking gun in his hand running from the police, man. Y'all folks in the world don't realize that if the shoe was on the other foot and you had a motherfucker coming at you with a motherfucking gun, then what would you do? What would you do? Would you pause and say, oh, this is a young black man, I ain't gonna take his life? Hell no. You're gonna think to yourself, I'm gonna take his before he take mine, man. Why you think it's so many, everybody wanna holler, all the police white and they had to get Ronnie Henderson Jr., but one motherfucking situation where one black officer got on the elevator and it went viral. Everybody wanted to holler out, oh, the black man got on there and he was trying to protect him. That black police officer didn't get on that elevator to protect no motherfucking Rodney Henderson. That man got on there to make sure that this individual makes it to trial without any motherfucking misunderstanding so he can be held accountable for his actions. You can believe that black police officer that got on that elevator don't give a fuck about no Ronnie Henderson. You can believe that black police officer that got on that elevator thinking the same thing as every last one of them other police officers. This nutting ass motherfucker could control his child, and he woke up one morning and thought it was cool to go run down an innocent individual and take their life, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, and you can't tell me I'm telling a lie. You can't tell me, man. I tell you, man, look, Memphis so out of control. Memphis so out of control that every time I flip on my algorithm, that's all you see is Memphis. And the other story is, did y'all know Tory Lane was stabbed in jail? I ain't no Tory Lane. Tory Lane is the only person I ever seen. Like, is he a rapper, a singer? I know he's some kind of entertainer. Yeah. Yeah, he should have got out the way. But yeah, listen to this shit right here, man. Philadelphia. This just happened an hour ago. Over 30 shots fired in West Philadelphia in what they are calling a mass shooting. I keep telling folks, anytime that you have these juveniles out here in these streets, every time they pull the trigger, it's a mass shooting, man. Every time you pull it, it no matter what it is. See, this is insane, man. This right here, driver killed in carjacking in Riverside in California. 78-year-old man vacuumed out his car at a car wash when two individuals walked up on this 78-year-old man and carjacked him. The 78-year-old man grabbed a hold of the car trying to stop the individual from getting away. They drugged the man all the way down the street till they pulled the skin up off his face, and the 70-year-old man was pronounced dead. They're seeking the help in the community for 3 juveniles dressed in all black with ski mask on, seen on surveillance tape, leaving the scene and walking around, looked like they were scoping. Them the type of stories that you don't even hear. This 79-year-old man, man. This 79-year-old man wasn't doing nothing but vacuuming his car out, and you got these young motherfuckers walked up and did this to him, man. You know, I tell you what. The other headline news is these ICE crackdowns. ICE. ICE. I ain't talking about the kind that come out the refrigerator. I'm talking about the kind that walk around and these folks is really. A lot of people don't understand these ICE crackdowns around the United States is they're knocking all the business down. A lot of people don't understand is if you don't have people to come into work, they're saying that most of these people, like in Nashville, Tennessee, over the weekend, they had so many restaurants closed due to shortage of staff. Because most of the people that work at these restaurants are undocumented people and they're not coming to work because they're afraid that when they come in that motherfucker and go back there to wash some dishes, somebody gonna come back and tap them on their shoulder, man. So a lot of bars and restaurants in downtown Nashville are choosing to close early or postpone a lot of events that they had on their calendar for the summer due to the ICE situations in the communities. President Donald Trump people didn't understand this, man. Sanctuary cities are the main targets of all undocumented people. A couple of years ago, everyone in the world could pick what cities and what parts of them cities had the most undocumented people in them. You got places in cities like Nashville, you got an area they call Little Mexico, where it ain't nothing but Hispanics and Puerto Ricans in the whole area. And it's nothing but car wrecks and shit like that happen all day long. So what the THP is doing is they are posting up in every area that's known to have undocumented people in it. And when one of them motherfuckers go down the street, they got the right to pull them over. Them folks did 597 stops in Nashville over the weekend, and 172 individuals were detained by ICE. Detained by ICE, never to be seen again in the United States by their family, man. There's a lot of people that just think the roofers and lawn service individuals are the ones that these folks that ain't got paperwork. It's a lot of executives. It's a lot of your managers in your companies, and it's a lot of car lots. It's a lot of restaurants. It's a lot of McDonald's. That if you pull up at McDonald's and look through the window, you don't see nothing but people that speak Spanish, man. Them folks is already gonna go to every restaurant and they gonna tap the folks on their shoulder, man. Them folks are showing that it is not just about being Hispanic, Venezuelan. You could be from any other country. If you're not from America, born in America, at least got your citizenship from America, them folks gonna deport you, man. They gonna deport you. Because I'm gonna give y'all this story that I just did. I was gonna post it, but I'm gonna tell you the story. I'm gonna tell you this because it was so sad when I looked at it that it was ridiculous. Here it is. 6 teenagers, ages from 15, 14, 13, 12 years old, 17, and an 18-year-old was involved in a violent carjacking and robbery in Lancaster County. These 6 individual juveniles was caught on surveillance breaking into a gun store. When the owner of the gun store went to the location to see if someone was there, after she called the police, she must have lived around the corner because she popped up before the police popped up. And them young motherfuckers kidnapped and took her on a road trip. And one of them young motherfuckers shot her in the chest and left her on the side of the road. Now they got all these 6 individuals in custody. But did you hear me when I said the ages of these individuals is all under the age of 18 but one, man? You got a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old that's out here at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning breaking in gun stores. robbing and killing folks. Ain't nobody holding them accountable. But these folks said that they are going to push for the max for every last one of these juveniles. They said they're going to charge every last one of them as an adult. But the crazy thing about these 6 individuals, they said every last one of them is undocumented people. And these are children. So that means that these little motherfuckers right here just crossed the border with their mamas and daddies and came over here with the same shit. Then they said that the 18-year-old is wanted out of Venezuela for 2 homicides. 2 homicides. That's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of these motherfuckers that you think coming over here trying to build a better life for themselves, them folks running from crime they don't committed in their own country, man. A lot of them motherfuckers that come across their borders, a lot of them motherfuckers rapists, robbers, and killers. They running because they don't tarnish their own mother. They can't do it in their country no more because they already on the bulletin board. They can't do the shit that they doing in America because America opened it. Man, I'm telling you, the Democrats fucked America off in so many ways that it don't make no sense by trying to have to holler out, everyone deserves the right to be an American. Everybody doesn't deserve the right to be an American. You have to earn the right to be an American, man. You have to be in America for 18 straight years before you're able to vote. You have to be in America for 18 straight years before you're able to possess a firearm. But them motherfucking Democrats bypassed all that laws and all the rules and said, if you come from another country, you don't have to go by the same standards as everybody else did. You don't have to wait 18 years so we can see what you got going on in life. You can come over here and we don't know who the fuck you is or where the fuck you came from, and you can go to the pawn store and get you a gun and go pop you a motherfucker if you want to. We don't care. That's what they said. But a motherfucker that's been out here on this earth for 40-something years and might have made a mistake 20-something years ago can't even possess a firearm to protect themselves and their family, man. Because it's a crime. What about the crime against the motherfucking Americans that's been over here and you motherfuckers go let them other motherfuckers get them motherfucking permits and they be in a convenience store and somebody steal a candy bar and then they kill them and then y'all arrest them and then they make bond and go back to where they came from and y'all never see them again? What about them? A lot of people don't understand until them folk get caught. Don't nobody really know who the fuck they is, man. Don't nobody know what they are or who they are or what their real name is until somebody catch them and put their hands on that motherfucking, on that printer and run their fingerprints, man. Then that's when they find out that that motherfucker is a serial killer from El Salvador and he on the run, man. That same motherfucker that you talking about was a sweet neighbor is a motherfucking pedophile, man. That's crazy. Out of all the countries in the world, America has the most lax security that let people come in like the Trojan horse and do us bad, man. That's all because of the Democrats, man. The Democrats was the one that said, give everyone a driver license so they can say they from America. And then that failed. Because you had motherfuckers that was selling driving license to undocumented people, still making them folk go through the proper situation. Every time that you sit back and you think about the crime rate that's going up in America, you got to bring them Democrats, man. You got to look at them Democrats and say, y'all fucked up, man. Y'all the reason why these young motherfuckers is able to do what they doing and have not no consequences. Because every time one of them young motherfuckers did something, y'all was on the news talking about, oh, it's police brutality, they shouldn't do this, and it's all in the black community. Black folks killing black folks, man. Black folks killing more black folks than any other hate group that's ever been formed in America, man. It's against more black individuals, putting the motherfucker in the ground than any other motherfucking hate group that's ever been formed on this motherfucking planet. Tell me I'm lying and I'll show you the statistics, man. I show you that right now in America, 90% of the black individuals that get killed are killed by a black man or a black woman. And it was a crime-related situation. Fuck you, babe. I don't sit back and listen to motherfuckers when they all out, we need to march in the streets. I'm not marching in a motherfucking thing for no nothing ass motherfucker. I'm not giving no GoFundMe money for no nothing ass motherfucker. I ain't gonna congratulate no nothing ass motherfucker. I'm not gonna do nothing but point out the truth and shed a light on that stuff, man. You can't sit back and congratulate people when they do things to individuals that don't deserve it. I don't believe that you can build enough motherfucking community centers to save the juvenile problem that's going on in the streets, man. I don't see it. Everybody want to holler out, you got to come up with more programs. You got to come up with more things for them to do. Shit. You come up with more motherfucking gyms and programs, them young motherfuckers going to go up in there and steal. They going to rob the people that's trying to do right. They going to corrupt the other young children that might be trying to change their life. The best thing to do right now for the United States is in Memphis, Chicago, and really in the whole United States is declare a national emergency. Shut down the United States. Treat it like it's COVID. Go door to door with every motherfucking juvenile criminal and find every last one of them young motherfuckers you're looking for. Every last one of them motherfuckers just posting online, holding up them hammers, go get them motherfuckers. Go get them. Every last one of them young motherfuckers that gloat about robbing and doing shit online, go get them folks. Go down there in Memphis and throw a motherfucking fence around that motherfucker and tell them young motherfuckers come out with their hands up, and the one that don't come out, go at that motherfucker with the National Guard Army like GTA and bring them folks out by their feet, man. Motherfuckers need to start holding individuals accountable for their actions. Hold the parents accountable for not controlling their children and knowing that their children are 13, 14 years old and they're out there in these streets robbing and carjacking folks, man. Ain't no way that my 12-year-old, 13-year-old, I don't give a fuck if you're 18, you still live in my house, gonna be walking in the house with your pants hanging off your hips, and you got no motherfucking firearm in your pocket that I know you ain't went to no store and bought. And I'm going to be like, good job, son. Good job, daughter. Nothing ass parents, man. A lot of motherfucking parents out there committing crimes with their children. For real. A lot of these motherfuckers, I do stories where mamas getting pimped by their young son, daddies and sons out here, robbery crews. The fuck? I don't understand it. You feel me? But that's been the morning show with Christopher Williams, man. Tune in every morning from 7:30 to 8:30 and get your hour of a dose of reality with Christopher Williams. And man, I'll tell you, I love this shit, man. Every morning you wake up, you need to look up to the sky and say, thank you, God, man. Let the motherfucking world know that you on your way. Grab that motherfucking hammer and put it in your pocket and go on about your day.